Welcome to CarToday, where horsepower meets history, and every car tells a thrilling story. Today, we dive into a beast that revolutionized American muscle and gave drivers a reason to grip the wheel a little tighter. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up as we explore the first-generation Dodge Viper and discover why it's one of the most thrilling and dangerous cars ever built. The project was started in 1988 at Chrysler's Advanced Design Studios, when then-President Lee Iacocca supported the vision of creating a modern muscle car inspired by the Shelby Cobra. The idea was initially suggested by Bob Lutz, Chrysler's head of global product development, to Tom Gale, who was tasked with exploring the design. A clay model was created months later, capturing the aggressive and minimalist styling reminiscent of 1960s muscle cars. The Dodge Viper SR1 is the first-generation Viper sports car, built by American automobile company Dodge. It was originally tested in January 1989 as a prototype, then later introduced in 1991 as a pace car for the Indianapolis 500, and finally went on sale in January 1992. The SR1 platform represents the foundation of the first-generation Dodge Viper, encompassing all cars produced between 1992 and 1995. However, it's important to note that SR1 is a technical classification rather than a model name. The only model built on this platform during that time was the RT10 Roadster. The Dodge Viper first appeared as a concept car in 1989 at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit, receiving overwhelmingly positive reactions from the public. Among the enthusiasts was the president of the German Ferrari Club, who even expressed interest in placing an order for the car. Following the concept's success, Chief Engineer Roy Schoberg was appointed to lead the development. He assembled a team of 85 engineers, later known as Team Viper, who began working on the car in March 1989. By February 1990, the first prototype was completed, showcasing a raw, powerful, and straightforward performance vehicle with no unnecessary frills. The production model, named the Dodge Viper RT10 Roadster, was officially launched in April 1992. Lee Iacocca, present at the launch, famously stated, "If this doesn't excite you, check your pulse because you're not well today." Let's take a look at a clip from this presentation.
And here it is, the Dodge Viper, with, you notice, old Carroll Shelby still riding shotgun there. What do you think? If this doesn't excite you, then check your pulse because you aren't feeling too damn well this morning.
Unlike most sports cars of its era, the Viper wasn't about luxury or electronic assists. Instead, it embraced raw, unfiltered performance. The design team partnered with Lamborghini, which Chrysler owned at the time, to create a monster under the hood, an 8.0-liter V10 engine that roared with 400 horsepower and 630 Newton-meters. To put that into perspective, it could launch the car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.6 seconds and reach a top speed of 266 kilometers per hour. The Viper was produced at the New Mack Assembly Plant in Detroit, Michigan. During the SR1 generation's production run, which lasted from 1992 to 1995, just 6,709 units of the RT10 Roadster were manufactured. While "just" emphasizes the rarity, its tone underscores the exclusivity of this limited production. This limited production further cemented the car's status as an iconic and exclusive machine. The Viper lacks modern driver aids such as traction control and anti-lock brakes. The car also had no exterior-mounted door handles or key locks, and instead, entry was done by unzipping a vinyl window to reach the interior door release handle when the canvas hardtop was in place. No air conditioning was installed on the car. The option for AC was added in later 1994 models. There were also no airbags for weight reduction. The roof was made from canvas, and the windows were made from vinyl and used zippers to open and close. Despite these lack of features, the car still had some features in order for it to be tolerable as a daily driving car, such as manually adjustable seats with lumbar support, an AM/FM cassette stereo player, a clock, and carpeting. Dodge also equipped the car with a Tremec T56, 6-speed manual transmission, known for its durability and precise short shifts, ensuring drivers could fully experience the raw power of the Viper. The cockpit, though minimalist, was all about keeping the driver connected to the machine. The instrument cluster featured a large tachometer and speedometer, while smaller gauges kept tabs on vital stats like oil pressure and engine temperature. The seating position was low and snug, amplifying the sensation of being part of the car rather than just driving it. Simple but effective, the interior design reflected the car's raw and unpretentious nature. With its long hood, side-mounted exhaust pipes, and minimalistic interior, it was as much a statement piece as it was a race car for the streets. The Viper was, quite simply, an adrenaline machine. So, what makes the first-generation Dodge Viper so dangerous? Let's start with what it doesn't have. No traction control, no ABS, no airbags. In an era where cars were becoming safer and more computerized, the Viper threw caution to the wind. The Viper's rear-wheel drive, combined with its massive torque, made it extremely difficult to handle, especially for inexperienced drivers. The car had a tendency to oversteer, which meant that even the slightest mistake could send you spinning out of control. On wet roads, the Viper was particularly unforgiving, as its wide tires struggled to find grip. Its chassis was a tubular steel frame covered with lightweight fiberglass panels, which helped keep its weight down to just 1,489 kilograms. This lightweight construction, combined with its powerful engine, gave the Viper an incredible power-to-weight ratio, but also made it harder to control at high speeds. The car's suspension setup was equally raw, with a double wishbone design that prioritized performance over comfort. This meant drivers could feel every bump and imperfection on the road, adding to the Viper's untamed personality. And then there's the heat. The side-mounted exhaust pipes weren't just for show. They ran so hot that careless drivers could burn themselves simply by getting out of the car. It's no wonder the Viper earned nicknames like the Widowmaker and the Beast in automotive circles. The Dodge Viper wasn't just a car. It was a symbol of Dodge's brand identity in the 1990s. Dodge had always been about power and rebellion, but the Viper took it to another level. It was the ultimate halo car, designed to draw attention to the brand and prove that American automakers could compete with European supercars. At the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the Dodge Viper GTSR became a true icon. While the racing version of the car was based on the second generation, the groundwork for its success was laid by the first generation's bold design and engineering. It was in the late 1990s that the Viper GTSR achieved glory by dominating the GT2 class, securing 3 consecutive wins from 1998 to 2000. Competing against legends like Porsche and Ferrari, the Viper stunned spectators with its reliability, speed, and endurance. Meanwhile, in the FIA GT Championship, the Dodge Viper GTSR became a symbol of American muscle conquering the global stage. The championship featured some of the toughest GT cars in the world, yet the Viper rose to the challenge, claiming multiple titles and silencing critics who doubted American engineering. Its thunderous V10 engine became a soundtrack for victory, and its aggressive design made it impossible to ignore on the grid. These victories were not just wins for Dodge. They were a testament to American engineering and a declaration that muscle could indeed match finesse. Despite its flaws, or perhaps because of them, the first-generation Dodge Viper is a car that enthusiasts still revere today. It's a reminder of an era when cars were built to thrill, even if it meant pushing the limits of safety and sanity. The Viper's rawness is precisely what makes it special. It's not a car you drive, it's a car you wrestle with, a car that demands respect. Production of the Dodge Viper continued across 5 generations, finally coming to an end in 2017. The decision to cease production was largely due to stricter safety regulations that the Viper couldn't meet without extensive and expensive redesigns. Additionally, declining sales played a role, as the market for high-performance, manual transmission sports cars shrank in favor of more practical and tech-laden alternatives. Over the years, Dodge refined the Viper, adding features like ABS and stability control to make it more manageable. But the spirit of the original, that untamed, uncompromising essence, remains a defining characteristic of the Viper legacy. And that's the story of the first-generation Dodge Viper, a car that dared to be different, thrilled drivers, and left a trail of burned rubber and singed egos in its wake. What do you think of the Viper's bold approach? Would you dare to tame this beast? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more thrilling automotive stories. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this exciting video. See you soon in the next one. This is CarToday, signing off.